So I'm here with Kevin Spacey. Kevin, you're a huge tennis fan. What's it like taking in world-class tennis here at the BNP Paribas Open from up close?
Well, this year is different than last year. We have a new stadium this year, and it's really incredibly impressive that I think it was originally planned for 3 years, and then Ellison, I believe what he said was, could we do it in a year? And they've got this stadium up, which I think is 8,000 seats. So that's a huge amount of people that can, in addition to all the people that have been able to come to Indian Wells over the years, that's a huge amount of people to be able to see incredible tennis. And today we saw some great tennis. Andy Murray advanced, so I was quite pleased about that because I live in London and have for the last 11 years, so I'm a big fan of Andy's.
So say you could take one stroke from any player throughout time, what stroke would that be and from whom?
Boy, it would probably be Federer's serve. If he wants to, give it up for a little while.
What are the similarities, though, to acting, to performing, and being out there on a tennis court? Is there any similarities?
Yeah, I do think there is. I actually have a film coming out in May called Now, which is a film about doing Richard III in the theater. And people often ask me, don't you get bored doing the same thing every night after night after night? And I'm always using the analogy of it's like tennis. If you went out 8 times a week and played tennis, yes, it's the same rules, but it's never the same game. You're always moving, you're always advancing, and the theater is like that. It's a living, growing, changing, moving organism. And so that's one of the best ways that I've been able to make people who don't understand what theater is and why we love it so much. It's because, in another way, I could put it to you this way: no matter how good I might be in a film, I'll never be any better. But in the theater, I can be better. I can be better next week than I was tonight. I can be better in 4 weeks than I was 2 nights from now. So that's the excitement of it, is that it keeps moving forward. It's living.
Always improving. So what about, is there a story in tennis that really hasn't been told, or a story that Hollywood could tell in tennis?
I think Agassi's story is one of the most remarkable stories. I think it was such a surprise, the remarkable clarity and the honesty with which he wrote his book Open, to sort of discover that he hated tennis at about the age of 12 is kind of a remarkable thing. The dichotomy and the conflict that must have created in him as one of the best players that we've ever had, and yet all of the personal turmoil. There's somebody's got to make that film, but the problem is, of course, no one's going to be able to play tennis as well as he did. So it's going to be difficult to film it, but it's a great idea for a story.
So lastly, your character in House of Cards, Frank Underwood, kind of a mean guy. He's cutthroat, right? What kind of...
He gets business done, yes.
So what kind of tennis player would Frank Underwood be?
Oh, he'd kill them at the net. Absolutely kill them at the net.
All right, thanks so much, Kevin.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks a lot. Have a good time.